Okay, so hi. Happy Monday, everybody. It is Monday, June 13th. And I'd like to welcome you guys all to the call, everybody to the recording that's going to listen later. I need to make a quick announcement to you guys as my friends. I don't do this out on my Facebook wall for multiple reasons, but in the light of everything that's going on out in the world, I just want you guys to know that I'm sickened, I'm horrified, and even though I haven't publicly put anything out there besides my profile picture, I don't want to draw any negativity back because I know what happens, especially in an election year. People start bickering and fighting, and my heart hurts for everything that's happening right now, and it's too much to bear. I've spent a lot of time today talking to people about it privately, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm ignoring it in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. I just that's kind of my way to do things. But anyway, I'm going to move on from there, but I want you guys all to know that, yeah, and we can talk about it later. But anyway, I'm moving on. It's Monday, and if you guys haven't heard, I do have to make sure everybody knows, I'm sure you do, Pina Colada Shakes are back tomorrow. I have no idea how long they're going to be here. So I let a bunch of people know today that if they did want them, it's wholesale orders only, and to make sure that they get them in the next 24 hours because they could be gone because we don't know. That being said, I've already had confirmation back from like 12 of my people that they're ordering shakes tomorrow. So BV is going to definitely drive on the team. And I'm sure it's going to across team-wide. Also a great week to get people going as it always is. Super Saturday here, even if you're not making it, Nicole and Kyle, I know you guys can't make it. I don't know that Veronica can make it either, but that doesn't mean that you can't send people with me. So if you've got anybody that's local that wants to come hang out, check it out. And Melissa, if you know anybody in my area, you're always welcome to send people in our direction. Because, again, with events, there's a lot of hoopla in events, but at the same time, there's a lot of really practical information and social proof that we don't get when we're just talking one-to-one with people. It's like a huge three-way call with, 100 people instead of just 2 or 3. So events are important. We've been hearing a lot in the last 2 days about the University in Action that just happened out in Canada. I went to University in Action about 2 years ago. It was here in San Diego, and I went. And it's, the core 4 events for Isagenix, besides our Super Saturdays and our, celebration recaps and stuff like that, because they do those, they're pretty cool. The core 4 are Celebration, which is our big summer convention, okay? So typically they sell about 12,000 tickets to Celebration, okay? The next biggest event is our winter convention, which is New Year's Kickoff. That one they sell half the amount of tickets that they sell to Celebration. So if they do 12,000, it'll be 6,000. And that one's going to be in Texas this year. Then we have our University in Actions, which we've been hearing a lot about from Carol, it's led by our master trainer, David Wood. David Wood is awesome. He gives the nuts and bolts of how to connect with people. So when you walk into the room, you get to sit next to your friends for 30 seconds, and then he says, get up, find someone you don't know, and go connect with them. And so it gets you out of your comfort zone, teaches you how to connect with people, teaches you how to go through your 30-second story, how to go through, what they call the, hold on. I'm actually looking at my book because they have a name for it. But it's basically how to have the U+2 conversation with people. And typically that conversation does happen after they are enrolled, according to my book. So, you know, we've got our 30-second story in prospecting, but they call it the $820 webinar script, which Heather and I were talking a lot about this script today, and she and I tend to enroll a ton of Pacesetter packs. And nobody does this webinar script with Pacesetters. I've seen it done with President's Packs, and I've seen it done with 30-day systems. Hey, Veronica. And there she is. Okay, so, you know, I see it done with both, and but I've never seen it done with the Pacesetter packs. So Heather and I are actually talking about doing that. We're going to have a webinar is it next Tuesday? I think it's next Tuesday. Yeah, so, and we'll be posting that because we want everybody to invite people for that webinar again. But it'll be next Tuesday night, and we're working on also doing, you know, I'd rather see the $820 webinar script. He is so adorable. Done with, and you're free, done with the President's Pack and the Pacesetter Pack, because with the Pacesetter Pack, you know, with double PIBs, you're looking at $250 back right away. Versus when you do it, it's only $150 when you do it with a 30-day system. And, you know, Heather and I we tend to enroll a ton of Pacesetter packs because it's basically a President's Pack without the vitamins. $50 PIB, it's daily pay, just like a President's Pack is $80 PIB with daily pay. And if you're running for a rank advancement, especially 1-star, ones that count, the 1-star, 2-star, those count PIBs toward your rank advancement. A $50 PIB is much higher than a $25 PIB. It gets you there a lot faster. And when I hit 3-star, I had a lot of Pacesetter packs floating around in there that pushed me up that amount because it's almost a complete cycle, you know, at $50 versus $25, which is only half a cycle. So, you know, with rank advancements, 1-star, 2-star, you don't have to hit the rank organically. You don't have to hit 10 cycles. You can do, let's say, 8 cycles plus $108 in PIBs, right? 54 divided times 2 would be 108. So that what they do is they take your PIBs before doubling, divide them by 54, and they count those as cycles. Same thing with your coaching bonuses. So if you've got a bunch of people reordering custom 30-day packs, they will take each one of those $25, add them all together, divide that by $54, and count it towards rank advancement. So I know you guys aren't quite there yet. Heather's getting close. But as we do get closer, just kind of keep that stuff in mind, because when I hit 3-star, I only had 31 cycles. I did everything else in PIB matching, executive match, and coaching bonuses. So I picked up another 9 cycles there, actually 10. So it's kind of a huge deal. But that's, you know, where Pacesetters come into this. They're duplicatable if you're enrolling them. And you want people to know this webinar script, you know, which basically runs down how to do U+2, them +2. I know that it was posted in one of the groups, the webinar script, and I will post it as well because I think it's a good one to have. Everybody does it a little bit differently, and it's nice to have it duplicatable where people can kind of start memorizing it. But again, University in Action, it's a lot of nuts and bolts. And so, you know, Carol and some of the girls just finished they're very hyped up about everybody getting there. And I agree, it's a phenomenal event. And, you know, I definitely have been to it before. So I see a raised hand, and I'm going to see who's raising it. iPhone. Who is iPhone? Oh, is Veronica iPhone? Yeah? No? Let me see who's.
No, I raised my hand.
Oh, and you're on the iPhone.
Just under my.
Oh, so funny.
I'm on the iPhone.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad that I'm going to lower your hand, but go ahead and speak.
I said something today to Heather, and I just wanted to say it to you. I am super enthusiastic, and I get very charged by everything, which is great. Though Heather's very good at making sure I don't charge out of the gate too soon, and it becomes overwhelming for me. So while I'm following everyone and getting all excited about it and liking all these posts, I'm realizing, hey, wait a minute. I really need to do my work at home. I really need to take care of Nicole, and I really need to work with you and Heather very closely. So if there's a script, I want you to give it to me to follow. If there's an assignment, I want you or Heather to give it to me. You know, Heather gave me some stuff to do today, and now I have a couple of days worth of stuff to do. Give it to me like that, because as much as I love our whole team, and the calls make me feel really good, I need to be taking steps every single day and building on top of each other so I don't miss a step.
Absolutely.
And it becomes where otherwise my own deception starts to spin as well. And I really want to stay focused and keep taking steps moving forward so that I'm building, making more money and that type of thing as well.
Okay.
But I first have to enroll people. I mean, it's like I can get all excited about being a millionaire, but I have nobody I'm enrolling. You know, give me a break.
And so that's exactly what these scripts do. And so I wanted to talk about the two main scripts in University in Action tonight, and I will post both of them in Get West so that you have them. The two main scripts from University in Action literally are our 30-second story and this webinar script. And I don't know why they call it a webinar script, but it's basically the U+2 script. They really like you to do it exactly as it's written so that it is duplicatable. You don't have some people on the team calling it rebates and some people calling it fun money and some people calling it all these different things. Also, it makes it simple to understand where, you know, especially with our comp plan, it can get convoluted pretty darn quick. But, you know, the way that this whole thing begins is, you know, it's great that you are having such great results and want to find out how to get your products paid for. You know, Isagenix has created a simple system that will allow you to get your products paid for, earn up to $820 and start making money right away. So go ahead, I'm going to post this and then we'll talk about it more next week once you can see exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't want to take up the whole call with it just reading to you. That doesn't make any sense. Because I know that you guys are much more talented than having me read to you for the next 10 minutes. So that script is very important. The other script is the 30-second story. And we've all heard the 30-second story. Okay, every single one of you has been to an event where they've talked about the 30-second story. Before Isagenix, I was blank. I was introduced to Isagenix by blank. I've been taking these products for blank, and as a result, I am now blank, okay? Louie and I had a really interesting conversation today, and this is the crux of what I want to share with you guys. As I've been going through everything, you know, in 3 years of being here, you know, I've made a lot of, I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. And still, there's days where I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I talk to Louie and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing today. And he calms me down. Thank God he's good at that. But, you know, we were really talking about, you know, I made that post last night. I don't know who all of you saw it on my page, but, you know, it was a simple question. I stole it from Farah. I'm not that good to make stuff up. But, you know, it was basically to the effect of, you know, question, if someone paid you $200 to $500 to, you know, eat 2 healthy meals, stay positive, and share your experience, would you do it? As of last look, I've had 72 comments on that post. Now, not all, I mean, I would say about half of them are Isagenix people from Get. The other half are either people that I have enrolled who have quit, people who are still enrolled, or people who have never been enrolled that I just know from Facebook. So, you know, here went today. Okay, I'm a freaking 3-star. I've been here 3 years, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do with these people? What do I send them? What do I send them so they get it? Because here's the rub. Okay, I am a phenomenal product seller. I kick butt at it. I can enroll people left and right because I have built myself as some sort of a fitness person, right? Which isn't duplicatable, which isn't helping you guys at all because you're not a fitness person. You don't own a gym. You don't have a Louis. I'm not even a fitness person. I just look like one on TV. I mean, seriously, I don't do the training. Everybody thinks I do, but I don't. And, I've used that persona, and it's found its way into my 30-second story. So when I tell my 30-second story about I was fit, but I was feeling like crap, and I was looking for a solution, and then I found one, and nah, not really. I went to an event 3 years ago. It happened to be a fitness event. But I saw Herb and Patty Cepeda standing in the front of the room, and they were the top income earners in this company. They were millionaires. And they were talking about how they got into this company. And yes, they did reference a bikini team in Boston. They did reference the fact that all their girls were getting healthy and they were making money and they were sharing the products and they were paying their gym fees and their show fees and everything was great. And this woman who owned the gym was a millionaire in the company. And the first thing I thought was, holy cow, we own a gym. We have people that want to do shows. We could make money with this. But is that my 30-second story? You've all heard my 30-second story. No, it's not. Mine's, I was feeling like crap. No, was I? I gained a few pounds back and I was very frustrated and I wasn't feeling terribly well. And I wasn't healthy. But that's not for a single second why I got into this. Louis reminded me tonight when I got on the phone with him leaving that event, I told him about an opportunity and there were some possibly awesome products that I thought we should try because the opportunity sounded so good. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have owned 7 different companies since the time I was 23. And I know how bad it sucks to own a company. I know what overhead's like. I know what it's like to bail your freaking employees out of jail. I know what it's like to lose a business. I know what it's like to lose a home. I don't ever want to go there again. And I saw people standing there who were telling me that they were $160,000 in debt, which is the Cepeda story, and I absolutely believe it. They were $160,000 in debt. They found this. They started telling people about it. They're not in fitness. They're regular old people, which they're not because they were in network marketing before, but that's neither here nor there. They were people that went out and did this. And I thought, I have run how many companies now? I can freaking do it. If they can do this, I can freaking do this. And that was my thought. I promised my daughter when I got divorced that we would never, ever be in the situation that we walked out of there in, of not having anything, of being 50 years old and sitting there and going, what the hell? I can't go on vacation. I have to stand in what have I been working all these years for? And so, yes, I love these products now, but by not talking about, when I tell my 30-second story, it's before Isagenix, I really wasn't feeling all that good. I was very fit, but I wasn't feeling healthy on the inside. Do I sound passionate about that? No. And yes, we have amazing products that have given us an opportunity not only to get healthy, but also to make money to be able to live the lives that we deserve and help our freaking friends join us on the beach. That's why I'm here. I know that the only way for me to succeed is to see Heather make a shitload of money and Nicole make a shitload of money and Veronica make a shitload of money and them be happy and healthy and help their friends do what I'm doing. Because I can't succeed in this on my own, and I don't want to. That was what was so freaking appealing about this in the first place. I didn't have to crawl over people anymore. I didn't have to have employees that were, making $10 an hour that I couldn't afford to come out to lunch with me in some of my companies, that I would have to buy lunch because I wasn't paying them enough. Here, I want you all to pass me. 100%. Because if you guys pass me, then I do well too. Jessica passed Susan. You think Susan's crying about it? No. So what I have right in my hands is a gift. And some people may not see it as a gift, right? But I'm giving people a shot. You know, if you see what I see here and you want to do it, I'm running with the runners. I'm trying to help people who want to live a life that I'm seeing other people live that is absolutely within our capability. I know how to teach you to get there. Do you want it? I'm offering a shot. I'm offering hope, excitement, love, money for people who want it. Instead of me freaking out, oh my God, I'm selling them something. Thank God Ingrid Romero sold me something. Where would I be right now? I mean, it's not like I'd be dead in the street, but, you know, at the same time, I know for a fact that every freaking counter in America is going to have Isagenix on it within the next 10 years at some point. They may start, quit, whatever, but I'm already starting to run into it. And I damn well am going to be the person who tell my friends about it because I know what I'm missing if I don't. And I know what they're missing if I don't. They could be the person who doesn't know. You know, who is silently sitting around right now, $160,000 in debt with a business that looks insanely profitable like mine did. You know, well, we were $80,000 in debt with workers' comp charges. You know, who sees that with a business that's doing a lot of overhead, right? Our chiropractor, Louis Chiropractor, he actually had to take a step down because everybody in his office was making all the money. He wasn't making anything. But he looks very profitable. He's in a big, nice building, and he looks like a guy who has it all together. And of course, when you come in, he's not crying to you that he's not making any money. So who do we know that needs to hear our real story? And who are we holding it back from by being afraid of what they might think of the gift that we're trying to just put in front of them? Because if we don't tell them and they need it, then why are we doing that? And I mean, I know why. It's fear. It's fear of what they might think. It's fear of, you know, I've never been punched in the face for offering Isagenix to somebody. And I don't even think I've ever been yelled at. You know what I mean? I get a lot of no's. I'm going to tell you that right now. I get a lot of people ignoring me. But 99.9% of the people that I have told about this have thanked me later. I thanked Ingrid last time I saw her. I did. I don't like her. But I thanked her because if she hadn't had that event, I wouldn't have known about it when I did. And I probably would have been introduced to it by that other person, and then I never would have looked at it. So my assignment really for the week is, you know, if you guys are over in Top Achievers or on Contagious or wherever you're posting your 30-second stories, it doesn't have to be here. But I want to see a real 30-second story. You know, why are you here? Not because you're going to save the world and end physical and financial pain. And that's the Isagenix party line. Why are you here? You know, I remember very specifically, Noah came over and he said, I'm here, you know, and kid's 19. He said what he thought I wanted to hear. You know, I'm here so that I can, you know, help people never have to get a job or get their first apartment. And I'm like, no. That's all awesome. But why are you here? Because people don't buy what we do. They're buying why we do it. You can't type in a Facebook message. I mean, I could type the words, you know, I'm doing this for my family. But it's going to come out, I'm doing this for my family. And then how are you reading it? What kind of day are you having today? She's doing this for her family. The hell do I care? You know what I mean? It's like that Key and Peele that I always reference where, you know, they're the one guy's going, let's go to the bar. And the other guy's like, you want to go to the bar? What the hell's wrong with you? And because nobody knows unless they hear it from you. And quite honestly, I could tell you that my room is so blue and so gorgeous that you just have to have a blue room, right? Who cares? But I do, and I probably made you want a blue room. I would if I kept talking about it. I love my blue room. But it doesn't really matter what I'm saying. It's the belief behind it. Not the hype, not the excitement, unless you actually believe it. So I have made a commitment to Louie, who was like, okay, you need to be you. You know why you're not attracting you? This is what he told me today, and this was light bulb moment of the freaking century. He said, you did find a you. You found a couple of yous. And he said, but why aren't you attracting more yous? And I said, I don't know. And he said, you're not attracting you because you're not being you. You be you, you attract you. You be this other person, you're attracting someone that, and then you wonder why. So, this is truly about authenticity. This is truly about telling people a story, and a story that's your story, that's the real one. Because it's so much easier to just tell people the truth and say, listen, in 2 years, my daughter's going to graduate, and I'm going to be on that damn plane like Heather was. I'm not going to have to wonder how I'm going to pay for this trip to take her. And if I want to stay 2 weeks and set up her room and buy her a 4-poster bed, I'm going to freaking do it. And she's not going to go, oh gosh, Mom, where are you getting the money for this? Because that's what I know is absolutely possible to do with this, and it's not hurting anybody. The only way I'm going to do it is by helping a ton more people. And some people want that help, and some people don't want that help. But if I don't offer it, I'm going to miss somebody who needs it, wants it, and quite honestly, will lock arms with all of us and get us all closer to it. So who do you know this week? Who do you know this week? How about you? Who do you know that can help us, that can join our little circle of happy, awesome people and get us all to our goals? Because we all know somebody. So with that, it's 9 o'clock. I love you guys more than anything. I look so forward to Monday nights. You have no idea, to see these faces. And someday I'm gonna have to scroll through pages to find your faces. But this is the fun time, because this is where we get to choose which faces we have on these calls. And this is the time where we really connect and we become closer and we become family. And I'm honored to call you guys friends and family, because we don't know how much time we have. We don't know. But I want to spend it with people like you every single second that I get. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off for the night. So happy Monday. Have a fabulous week. I can't wait to see your 30-second stories. And love you guys.